Are you spending all your time trying to become aesthetic? You're doing exactly what the internet tells you, tracking calories, lifting weights, but you're still not seeing results. Well, 3 years ago, I was a skinny guy in the exact same position you were in. But since then, I've been able to build like this movie star physique and get in the best shape of my life. And in this video, I want to show you the exact muscles we need to look aesthetic and exactly how we grow them. So we want to start with the exact muscles that we need. And there's three key pillars for this. And the first one is the V-taper or the Dorito body. Because whenever you look at a movie star or anyone who's just in amazing shape, they have this Dorito body where their shoulders are wide, but their hips are narrow. And this is like what everyone desires and the body everyone wants. And in the link in the description of this video, I have a movie star physique course that talks all about this and how you can obtain it. But getting this Dorito body, it takes two factors. And the first one is leanness. We have to be lean. We have to have low body fat. And that will give us these unwide hips, what makes our hips narrow. As when you're like Eddie Hall, when you're massive and you've got loads of body weight, you're going to be quite wide in the hips. You're going to like be sticking out here. Versus when you're lean and shredded, your hips are going to go in and you're going to go there. As there's no exercises that can make our hips thin and make us like slim up the hips. But instead, if we just lose body fat and we don't have all this timber, all this chub on our body, we actually have thinner and slimmer hips. So the first thing we would want to do is have narrow hips where we have like 8 to 12% body fat. And then as well as having the narrow hips, the other thing we need for the Dorito body is the size. We need to be like big up top, you know, big shoulders, big chest, big lats. This gives us this door frame look where we're wide on top and then we come down and it's like a V. That's why it's called a V taper. So making like big size makes our hips look smaller. As if you look at bodybuilders like Chris Seaborn or anyone like that, their hips aren't actually that thin. They're not that narrow, but their shoulders are so big, it makes them look narrow. It gives them proportion. And this is exactly what we want. We want to have massive shoulders and then try to get as narrow hips as possible, try to be as lean as possible. And to do this, it's not easy. It's not a simple process of just lift weights and go gym. Like, it's difficult to do. As I remember when I first started the gym and I first started to try and get into this and get this body, it just wasn't working. I'd go to the gym every day. I'd push myself, but I wouldn't push myself that much. And then I'd look in the mirror after each day and I'd just be sad about the results. I wouldn't feel like I made any progress at all. And this was all because I didn't actually know what I was doing. As there's some key principles we need to follow. And the first, when we're like trying to do this, there's two key factors. And to build muscle and size, we need to be training each muscle group 2 times per week. And we really want to like make sure we train our side delts, so doing lateral raises. We want to train our front delts, our whole shoulders essentially. But we want to train our upper chest. This is doing like an incline bench press. And finally, we want to train our lats, which are the muscles out here at the back. We can do lat pull downs and all different things like that. But we want to train these muscles 2 times a week minimum, as this is where we get the most optimal muscle growth. And while we're training these muscles, we don't want to just lift a weight around, just like moving it heavy. Instead, we want a slow, controlled eccentric. Essentially, what this means is, say you're doing lat pull downs. So you've got the bar up there. As you pull it down, you do it a squeeze. You can pull it down as fast as you want. But as we come back up and as the muscle starts to lengthen, we slow it down. We take 2-3 seconds on the way back up. And when we get to the top, we let it stretch out a bit. Then we pull back down. And then we slowly go up. As we want to control when it's rising, as this is what causes micro tears within our muscles. Micro tears they're how we actually build muscle. As we have to tear our muscles down, we have to break them down for them to build back bigger, stronger than before. And I've started to implement this training style really recently. This slow eccentric where you squat, you do a squat, you squat all the way down as far, like slowly, and then you come back up fast. Then slowly down, wait there for a second and come back up fast. And it burns so much more with every exercise I've done, especially things like lateral raises. When you go up and then you just slowly, you resist and you hold it back down, your legs, your shoulders even, will be shaking and they'll be hurting so much. So that's what exactly we want to do. We want to have this slow, controlled eccentric to actually control the weight. As it is definitely cool and I definitely enjoy it, lifting heavy weights every single day. But it doesn't actually get us the best results, especially if we don't have good technique. As literally yesterday, I really found this out for myself. I was doing dumbbell shoulder press where like you push up like this. And I think I had 2 34 kg dumbbells even. And that's pretty heavy. So 2 34s add up to 69, no, 68. And I weigh like 70. So I was literally pressing my body weight. I weigh like 78 actually. So I was pressing just a bit under it. But it wasn't good technique. I was pushing and I couldn't get many reps at all. But when I dropped the weight down, I literally went to like 24 kg and I pushed up, I slowly came down. I held it at the bottom, but I pushed up and I slowly came down. It felt so much better. My shoulders were on absolute fire. And it doesn't have to be a super slow eccentric. Like as you come up, as you go down, 1 to 2 seconds sort of thing, where it's just controlled. That's what you want to implement. And when you implement it for all the right muscle groups, for upper chest, for shoulders, like the lats, that's where you're going to get this wide door frame look. And you're going to failure with each set, obviously, where you're pushing yourself as hard as you can. And that's the first to build the muscle and the size. As I have been to the gym a lot and I've trained a lot where I haven't gone to failure, I haven't tracked my workouts. And I've seen no progress at all. It's tracking your workouts. It's just so good to do. As say you want to see progress, say you want to get stronger, you want to track each workout, each training, and make sure you follow this specific, like the specific exercise and follow the specific program. As when I go to the gym and I just do whatever weights I remember, so I do bicep curls for 10 reps and I don't know what weight I'm doing, I waste time, I waste sets. Versus I walk into the gym, I know, okay, I'm doing bicep curls, I'm using my 14 kg and I'm going to go for 11 reps. When you've got it all tracked down, it's so much better. And using something like a Strong app, which is something you can find in the App Store for free, is so brilliant for this, as you can track every single workout and it makes it so much easier. But then we come on to the second factor, and that's how we get lean. As if you're like skinny right now, you obviously want to bulk up, you want to do lean bulking to get muscle and to get size and to get bigger. But once you've bulked up a bit and you've got a bit too much chub and you're a bit too heavy, you need to get lean, you need to cut down and get those abs, get that narrow hips. And to do this, one brilliant thing to do is prioritize whole foods. Whole foods are your meat, your fruits, and your vegetables. These foods are just going to help you so much. They fill you up, but you can eat a lot of them. Like when you're cutting, when you're trying to lose weight and you're in a calorie deficit, is what we need to do is we need to be eating less than our maintenance, so in a calorie deficit. When we're doing this, we want to be eating healthy foods. As when you eat things like bread, you eat rice, you eat pizza, it doesn't fill you up. You can eat it all day long. And I experienced this myself. Yesterday I was eating bread and I had 500 calories of bread to eat and I just ate it all so quickly. I could eat literally double. But that's not what we want to do. Instead, we want to eat healthy whole foods. So your meat, your vegetables, your fruit. When we eat foods like these, we can actually maintain and like stay healthy, stay full, and have high protein diet. So you want to prioritize these foods when you're trying to get lean. And obviously you want to be in a calorie deficit. This is going to help you lose weight and get in a good shape. But to implement this advice and to build the aesthetic body, you need to be consistent with the gym. You need to show up each day and do the right things. And there's only one way to do this, and it's to like implement the right mentalities, to do the right daily habits. And in this video here, I break down like everything that helped me stay consistent, so you can too.